What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 17 of the Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. Today, it is December 5th here in the world of simulation here in this franchise mode. And we had a great start to the season so far. We're essentially 17-10 if you want to include all of the losses together. And we're off to a great start. We have the dynamic duo of Strome and Kane performing. All the rest of our lines are kind of, playing their part. And, we're kind of holding steady right now. We sit in second in our division behind Winnipeg only by 2 points. But we're right there, which is great. And in order to kind of keep this going, I figured, well, our goal is to become a dynasty, right? And we want to win. And we haven't really done that yet. We made it to the first round of the playoffs. We missed the playoffs. First round of the playoffs, second round of the playoffs. This year, the goal is third round of the playoffs. If not, bring home the cup in the Stanley Cup Finals. But in order to do that, we got to have the right team to do it. And although we are doing very well, we can get even better. So we have a couple of trades. I didn't really want to wait to the trade deadline to do these trades, mainly because I think these couple of trades will help us right now. After looking through our team, I guess let's do that to kind of explain my thought process. So if you look at our lines, I'm pretty sure I changed them from last episode. We have DeBrincat on the first line now. The second line, you can see the lines, and then our third line's really kind of more, good but defensive at the same time. Like, there's not really any crazy point getters there. I mean, maybe Saad, maybe Taves, but Taves hasn't really been in that kind of scoring role in a while. So we have a very solid third line. I'm very happy with it. But if you look down at our fourth line, we have a couple of 77 overalls, which these guys, yes, they made the team out of training camp this year or preseason, and they've done okay. I mean, they've put up decent numbers as far as points go. But they're just not really, I don't know. I just want to, have a solid fourth line in order to roll, hopefully, into the playoffs is where we're looking to go right now. But that, and then we have another trade where we can help out our defense in a way. So we have kind of an okay top four right now. We have a decent top line. I wanted to try Fowler again on the first line, just to see if we can get him going a little bit. And then we have Levy and Miller on the second line. And then we have Keith and Yaros on the third line. But in order to kind of hopefully help us with the third line defensive spot, I want to try to upgrade this Yaros spot. Not that he's playing horrible, but just to kind of change it up, help with the penalty kill as well. So kind of two options that I have written out in, I guess on my notepad here. Of either down here in the AHL, we have Zachariah Severson that is playing pretty well down there for being a defensive defenseman. He's playing with Bedouin down there. So that's an option to bring him up and kind of see what happens with him. Or the secondary option is to make a trade later on that would involve Yaros and another player in a whole big trade. So we have kind of options there. I think what I'm going to do is actually call up Severson, just to kind of see what he does, and plus, if he doesn't play well, we can set him right back down. So that's no big deal there. And then we have a secondary trade. So two trades we're going to make now. One trade kind of pending, depending on how Severson plays. But let's get right into the trade so I don't yap on for the first 10 minutes of the video. The first trade, like I said, is going to help out our fourth line. Actually, both these first two trades are going to help out our fourth line. And that's going to involve 14 down here, along with a unsigned defenseman. I said that really weird. Unsigned defenseman of ours that's down here at the bottom. I'm going to probably pronounce this one wrong, but Zaitsev, this guy. Just basically, we need him for trade value in this situation. Then we're going to head over to Colorado, where they're not doing too well this season. And they have a player I'd really like to have, mainly because he brings a lot to the table. No, we're not going after Nathan McKinnon. But down here, is it JT? I believe Camphor. Basically what I was looking for was a solid bottom six guy that is reliable, plays good defensively, and can play well on the PK. And even watching this guy in real life in the playoffs this year, I know it's obviously different, but if you look at his stats, he's pretty solid all around. He only has 170 over, or I guess two 70s overall, ranking for anything. So he's solid, and he's good skating, he's good puck skills, pretty good defensively, a decent shot. He's physical. I mean, you can look all around this and just kind of see a little bit of everything that you want. And plus, his contract, 2 years, 1.6 mil for a 26-year-old that's solid all around. I'll take that any day of the week. And plus, this year, 12 points. Probably playing on the third line, I would assume, with I don't know exactly who. But I would be more than glad to take Comfort on my team. He's just solid all around. And it looks like we have a little bit more trade value on our side. But in this case, I don't really care. So let's see if this one goes through straight up. And it does. So that's perfect. Let's get him into the lineup and move on to our second trade. And our second trade also going to be helping out our fourth line. We're going to be trading away Highmore, who is the kind of player out of luck here on our fourth line. And defenseman Jay Glavis. I'm probably butchering that name. But another player that kind of fell out of the lineup this year in the AHL. And kind of we're just moving on from him. Then we're going to be trading him to the Florida Panthers, who are, where are they? Right there. They're going positive this year, but this trade doesn't really affect them that much. I know I say that for me, but that's not left wings. For left wings, we have Thomas Tatar over here. 1 year contract, $2 million. Although he's listed as a a sniper in this game, we know he's more of a two-way guy. Plus, with his speed, with his shot, puck skills, he can play pretty much anywhere in the lineup. So if we need to change it up, we can always move him around basically anywhere. And he is doing not bad this year, but he looks like he's playing on the third or fourth line, which probably isn't helping his numbers out at all. But he has a good opportunity here in Chicago. Once again, it looks like the trade value is a little bit higher on our side, but again, we don't really care. Close to fair value. All right, so even though it looks higher on our side, I guess they didn't feel like that was so. But all right, let's get right in here. We have 1 million picks this year, so we don't have our first this year. I don't remember where we traded that away to, but we have a lot of picks, basically. So they said quite close. So let's try with a 7th round pick and see if that goes through. All right, so I guess it was real close. But let's go get the lineup sorted out again, get the new guys into our lineup, and let's start this, or I guess not start the season. Let's start the video and move through the middle part of the year. All right, all the trades are done. The lineups are fixed. Let's get into the actual simulation. Get up to the trade deadline. And hopefully we can continue on our good streak of wins here. So let's go to about, I don't know, the end of January. Get about a month or so. And see where that, kind of leads us. Scouting, don't care about that. But all right, so we brought up Severson. We put him on our third line. We took out Yaros. And with all the trades, we had to sign a few AHL players. So that's who those people are down there. But there's kind of extra people right now. But all right, we start off the episode. Wow, a big win versus Montreal, 7-0. That's pretty crazy. But all right, what are we saying? Overtime loss to LA. Let's keep it going here. We got Boston. We got a couple of tough opponents here. Boston, Calgary, then Philadelphia. We take the overtime winner in Boston, win against Calgary. All right, Philadelphia, what are we saying there? Win there. All right, so we're what, 22-11 overall. Tough Boston team. Again, we take another win. And we're on a what? 5-game win streak right now. And then it ends versus Carolina. Don't understand how that one happens. But all right, let's keep it going. Get back in the win column. There we go. The win in Florida, 8-5. Big goal game. Then we're back home. St. Louis and Washington. Another close victory. 1-goal game. You just love to see it. Let's keep it going. Team's playing great. Another win versus a tough team, Washington. Got New Jersey, we lose to them. Carolina, kind of a tough team. Overtime win, you love to see it. Ottawa, don't think they're doing well. Unless they are. Okay, they're doing well apparently. We take a win against them though. Toronto, heading over to Canada. All right, 30 wins. There we go. 30-13 right now overall record. You absolutely love to see it. So it looks like we're going to be playoff bound. Unless we could severely choke, it looks like we're heading towards the playoffs. And the one team, I believe it's Winnipeg, is the only team that is actually going to, kind of stand in our way. Unless Dallas, they're doing well, but not up to, where we are right now. Let's get a big win versus them. That'd be pretty huge. Simulation pause. Don't know why. Does it have the simulation bug? Not sure. But 27-19 and 1 for Dallas this year. What are they saying? Overtime loss or a shootout loss? All right. So we got Tampa Bay. Let's go here. I think that's actually February 3rd, not January. I think, like I said earlier. But AHL team's doing well as well. I guess I call them the AHL team. Rockford. They have a name, Josh. It's Rockford. Rockford's doing well. 26-11-5. We're still doing well. Looks like the new additions are definitely holding their own. What are we saying here? So we got another month until the trade deadline. There's a waiver claim out for Andrew Kopp. What would he bring to the table? So 77 overall. He's a center, but doesn't have good face-offs. Decent skater, decent. I'm gonna pass on him. I think mainly because I think we're full on numbers. And we might have one roster space available. So incoming trade offer. We have McCown and a 4th to Columbus for a 3rd and a 7th. Although I'd love that 3rd round pick, I think I'm going to deny that. I mean, I'd like to trade him away and not just kind of let him go for nothing upcoming here in the free agency. But oh well. So 36-12 and 4, so 36 and 16, I believe, if I'm counting that right. Yep. So 36 and 16. We're now number 1 in the division by far. You absolutely love to see that. Strome still on top. Let's take a quick little glance at the standing, not the standings, but the player stats here. Top line's performing real well. Second line's performing just well, I guess Koivu's not up there in the high 30 mark, but he's holding his own there. Our third line seems to be doing okay. And then our new fourth line of Comfort, Tatar, and Frolik. Now their plus minuses are a lot better. I don't remember what their stats were when they left their respective teams, but they're doing all right. I believe Comfort was at 12 points or something like that when we first got him. But all right, look at the difference right there. So Severson comes up 5 points. He's got 14 penalty minutes, and he's actually taking some shots, which is interesting. But he's positive 4 right now. So that's pretty decent. I mean, he is no. Well, I guess it's his number's gonna look a little skewed because he just came up. But he's playing about 13 minutes, or I guess almost 14 minutes a night. What else is he doing? So he's got some hits. He's already put up more hits than half of our team. Block shots. He's getting right in there. That's good. Almost more than Yaros in about similar games. And he'd probably work his way up. Giveaways, okay. Everyone's giving away the pucks. Takeaways, he's gotten some. No fights. Do we have any fights on our team? That's not what I want to do. I want to go to all positions. Do we have any fights on our team? Fights. We have 1 fight. Koivu. Alright. I would assume there'd be more fights than just 1, but okay. But our team's doing well, though. I didn't even check on our goaltenders, but obviously they're doing well if we have 36 wins. But let's get up to the trade deadline and see what the case is and see what we're saying. So we end with 2 games against Western Conference teams. So sweet. But let's get into it. Actually, no, we didn't want to go into it. We wanted to stop. So I guess we'll stop after the St. Louis game because it's getting to be about time that I wrap this one up. So. We end the episode 36-14 and 4, so 36-18 overall. You absolutely just love to see it, honestly. You just love to see it. Kane's back on top as far as points go. He's battling with Strome to see who gets there. So as far as playoffs go, do we have the most points in the NHL right now? We do. So we're the number 1 team in the NHL right now. We have the most wins. And Winnipeg and Dallas are kind of sitting behind us right now by, 9 points and 13. Or not 13. Math, I'm actually terrible at math. But they're there. I mean, they're still in the running, obviously. But I guess we've already kind of looked at the forwards. Let's go look at the rest of our roster that we didn't actually pay attention to last time. But let's go quick look again with the forwards. So it looks like it's a two-armed race of who's going to get the most points this year. Defense, Severson got another point in the last game. He also took some more penalty minutes. Fowler looks like he's playing a lot better. He's no longer negative as far as his plus-minus goes, so you love to see that one. It looks like our new second line of Ulevi and Miller is working out. Everyone's playing better defensively all around. Again, I hate to say it again, but you love to see it. And then Keith and Severson are playing well. Severson's came up and done well. So we're not going to make that trade, although it would have been a good trade for the future as well as this year. We're just not going to make it. Plus, oh my goodness, Devin Dubnyk, 28-9. Jeez. You just love to see it. I got to stop saying that, but you just love to see it. But although Stars isn't playing, perfect, he's still playing really well. His numbers are, his goals against are a little bit better than Dubnyk's, but he's been there a little bit more. But again, great to see. Quick look at Rockford. Our HL goalies are both playing well. Defense, after the hole left by Severson. Okay, so they're playing well. Our new guy, Elliott, he's playing well. Haig. All right, so our defense is playing all right. A couple of guys standing out. I got to stop saying it. Studenic playing well. Gignac playing well. Thomas Sajan. All right, perfect. So the guys that we need to play well are playing well. That's great to see. A couple of guys that are there in the lineup. So, again, we're doing well so far. Both teams are doing well. It's a great day for the organization as where is Rockford sitting? I think, yeah, they're in first as well. So we're in a great spot overall. But all right, so we end the episode, like I said, 36-18. We sit in first overall in the NHL, first overall in the division. And we're just in a great spot. But as for now, though, I'm going to wrap this one up here. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. Let me know what you guys think so far of the franchise mode. How's this season going? What would you have done differently? And who do you think we're going to face in the first round of the playoffs? And hopefully it's not Dallas, regardless of where we are. But it looks like we're going to have the first overall seed. So in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So on that note, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Like I said, if you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.